Welcome to my channel. Today, we're exploring Stellar Defiance, a sci-fi journey where humanity stands strong and defies the odds across the galaxy. Dive into epic starship battles, powerful tech, and the resilience that makes us unstoppable in a universe full of challenges. If you're ready for a thrill-packed adventure in deep space, hit subscribe, and let's get started. In the grand tapestry of the cosmos, Earth stands out not only for its biological diversity and technological advancements, but also for the creativity that has flourished within its societies. Earth's art has a unique and profound place in the hearts and minds of all who encounter it, not just for its aesthetic beauty but for its deep, often inexplicable ability to convey complex emotions, histories, and ideas through various forms. For beings that may come from technologically advanced and vastly different civilizations, Earth's art offers something they cannot replicate simply through their own means and expression of the human soul, a glimpse into the minds of a species that has spent centuries reflecting on its existence, its relationships, its fears, and its dreams. The interest of alien species in Earth's art is profound, and in many ways, it drives them to understand the planet's inhabitants on a deeper level, sparking a curiosity that transcends the mere act of observing. For these extraterrestrial beings, the complexity of human artistic creation becomes not just an object of fascination, but a puzzle they are eager to unravel, a treasure trove they wish to experience firsthand and, perhaps, emulate. It began slowly. At first, Earth's art was something that was seen as a curiosity, something strange and foreign to species whose cultures had different forms of expression, rooted in logic or emotionless precision. To many, Earth's art appeared chaotic, imbued with an almost irrational joy or sorrow that seemed difficult to decipher. Yet, as the greater galactic community began to take notice of Earth's presence first through radio signals and later through the digital signals of human broadcasts, the allure of Earth's artistic legacy grew. It was not just the vibrant colors or the textures that fascinated them, but the emotions, the stories, and the intangible elements that Earth's art conveyed. How could such disparate and dissimilar beings create works that reflected such universal themes? How could Earth's people craft sculptures, paintings, and music that seemed to transcend the limitations of space and time? The first to express genuine interest in Earth's art were the Zdor, a species of highly logical and methodical beings whose sense of beauty was tied to perfect symmetry and order. At first, they didn't understand why Earthlings would create something that didn't serve a direct purpose. Their own artistic endeavors were functional, based on the maxim that form must follow function, and they saw no need to create something merely for the sake of beauty. But as they learned more about Earth's history, they realized that humans had long used art not only as a means of self-expression but as a method of communication, a way to capture and communicate the intangible. The Zdor were astounded by the human capacity to turn an image or sound into a profound message, able to convey feelings of love, loss, fear, hope, and joy in ways that transcended the boundaries of language. Driven by a mixture of curiosity and envy, the Zdor began to study human art in greater detail. They sent teams of scholars and artists to Earth, tasked with understanding the very essence of human creativity. At first, their attempts to replicate Earth's masterpieces were clumsy at best. Their sculptures, though precise, lacked the raw emotion that characterized human works. Their attempts at painting, while technically flawless, seemed cold and devoid of life. They had mastered the mechanical reproduction of art, but they had not yet captured its heart. The Zdor were not alone in their fascination. Other alien species, each with their own unique cultural frameworks, began to take notice. The Vark, a species known for their telepathic ability to communicate through pure thought and emotion, were particularly intrigued by the way Earth's art could evoke feelings in those who gazed upon it. They marveled at how humans could experience an overwhelming flood of emotion simply by viewing a painting or listening to a piece of music. For the Vark, whose communication was entirely cerebral, the concept of transferring emotion through a physical medium was both perplexing and awe-inspiring. Driven by their desire to understand, the Vark delved deeply into human art, creating elaborate mental projections designed to replicate the emotional resonance that Earth's art could evoke. However, despite their powerful telepathic capabilities, they struggled to replicate the complexity of human artwork. The Vark's own forms of art were based purely on the exchange of thought and feeling, not visual representation or auditory signals. The challenge they faced was how to convey the full breadth of human emotion and experience through a mental link, without the structure and form that physical art provided. While their telepathic renditions of human music were hauntingly beautiful, they often fell short in replicating the broad emotional range that Earth's music conveyed. Meanwhile, the Ithar, a species of highly aesthetic beings whose art was deeply connected to the natural world, sought to understand the relationship between humans and the materials they used in their creations. The Ithar were a species whose art forms were intrinsically tied to the environment, with each piece created from living organisms, organic materials, or elements found on their homeworld. The notion of human art being made from dead, inanimate materials, paint, clay, stone, was utterly foreign to them. Yet, as they observed Earth's use of materials, they began to grasp how these mediums could be transformed into living things in the eyes of a human. A simple brushstroke could evoke the spirit of a tree, a sculpture could communicate the essence of the ocean, and a song could echo the rhythm of the wind. The Ithar were fascinated by how Earth's artists took dead things and imbued them with life through their imagination, creating something greater than the sum of their parts. But the Ithar's attempts to replicate human art were not driven by imitation alone. They sought to adapt Earth's methods to their own cultural sensibilities. Their artists began experimenting with human materials, attempting to replicate Earth's paintings, sculptures, and music using living materials. Some succeeded in creating forms that were eerily similar to Earth's art, but there was something intrinsically different. The creations, though beautiful, lacked the imperfection that gave Earth's art its emotional depth. The Ithar's works, though stunningly crafted, had an air of detachment, an absence of the raw vulnerability that human art often carried. Despite these challenges, the fascination with Earth's art only grew. A new generation of alien artists, scholars, and researchers sought to understand the psychological and emotional underpinnings of human artistic expression. They began to realize that it wasn't just the medium or the technique that made Earth's art so unique, it was the intention behind it. Humans created art not for practical purposes or intellectual satisfaction, but to connect with something deeper within themselves and with others. Art was a reflection of humanity's struggle, joy, hope, despair, love, and conflict. It was a window into the soul, something that alien species, no matter how advanced, could not easily replicate. In time, the galactic community began to see Earth's art not just as a curiosity or a subject of study, but as a cultural treasure to be preserved and revered. Earth's music, with its vast range of styles and emotions, became the foundation for new forms of intergalactic collaboration. Alien species began to collaborate with human musicians, combining their own styles with human instruments and techniques. The resulting fusion of sound created new genres of music that resonated across the galaxy, bridging the cultural gaps between species. Sculptures and paintings from Earth were displayed in galleries across multiple worlds, with alien artists attempting to replicate the human understanding of perspective, light, and shadow. While many failed to capture the subtlety of human brushstrokes or the depth of human sculpture, the efforts to understand and replicate Earth's art continued. The shared appreciation for Earth's creativity gave rise to a new cultural movement, one that sought to combine the best of human and alien artistic traditions, creating new forms of expression that transcended the boundaries of species. In a way, Earth's art had become a symbol of the universality of creativity. Despite the vast differences between species, the desire to create and to express was something that united them all. Alien civilizations, once distant and cold in their perception of humanity, began to see the beauty in what Earthlings had produced. The Zdor, once indifferent to the concept of art, became patrons of human art, commissioning works that blended their logical aesthetic with human emotional depth. The Vark, whose telepathic art had always been deeply personal, began to experiment with visual and auditory forms, combining the richness of human art with their own ability to evoke raw emotion. And Earth, for its part, began to realize something profound. Its art, once a product of individual human experience, had become a shared treasure, not just among its own people but across the galaxy. The act of creating, of expressing, and of sharing art was something that had united all the species of the galaxy. The exchange of artistic ideas had fostered a new understanding, a new form of communication, one that transcended language and culture. Through the efforts of alien civilizations attempting to replicate Earth's art, a new era of interspecies cooperation and creativity was born. In the end, Earth's art had done more than just showcase the talents of its creators. It had become a bridge, uniting distant civilizations in a shared appreciation of beauty, emotion, and the universal desire to create. The galaxy had changed, its heart beating to the rhythm of human songs, its soul reflected in the light of human paintings, and its spirit forever entwined with the creativity of Earth.